In this video, we're going to talk about two strict transaction propagation types in Spring Boot: Propagation.Mandatory and Propagation.NEVER. These two behave in completely opposite ways. Next, we have Propagation.Mandatory. And as the name suggests, this one is not optional. It's a strict rule. This method must run inside an existing transaction. If a transaction is already active, the method will join it immediately. But if no transaction exists, Spring pulls the emergency brake and throws an exception right away.
No execution. No partial work.
You can think of it like this: no transaction, no entry. That's why mandatory is considered a fail-fast mechanism. It protects your data integrity by ensuring the method is never executed in an unsafe context. Now we're going to use Propagation.Mandatory in our debit method. This means the debit method must always be executed inside an existing transaction. If someone tries to call this method without a transaction, Spring will immediately throw an exception. This is a great way to enforce correct usage and make sure the debit logic is never executed outside a transactional boundary. Follow my screen while I apply this change. Remove the exception throw from the debit method. We don't need it for this demo. Now notice this carefully. The debit method is being called from two places. First, it's called from the transfer amount method. And transfer amount already runs inside a transaction. Second, it's called directly from a REST API. And that API does not have any transaction. Since the debit method is now configured with Propagation.Mandatory, when it's called from transfer amount, it will work fine. But when it's called directly from the REST API, Spring will throw an exception immediately. Because with mandatory, no transaction means no execution. One more thing, I'm also going to remove the exception from the transfer amount method. We don't need any manual exception here. Alright, now let's start the application. As you can see, Account 1 starts with a balance of 1,000. Account 2 has a balance of 500. Alright, now let's hit the API. I'm going to transfer the amount from Account 1 to Account 2. As you can see, we got a success response. That's expected, because the debit method was called inside an active transaction. Now let's verify the database to confirm that the changes were committed correctly. Now let's look at the database. You can see that Account 1 has been debited by 500. Account 2 has been credited by 500. So now, Account 1 has a balance of 500. Account 2 has a balance of 1,000. This confirms that the transaction was successfully committed. Because the debit method was configured with Propagation.Mandatory, and it was executed inside an existing transaction, everything worked as expected. Now notice this. The debit method is also exposed through a REST API. This API does not have any transaction. Let's hit this API now and see what happens. As you can see, we got an exception. No existing transaction found for transaction marked with Propagation.Mandatory. This error message clearly explains what happened. The debit method is configured with Propagation.Mandatory, which means it requires an existing transaction. But this time, we called it directly from a REST API, and that API did not start any transaction. Because no transaction was active, Spring failed immediately and threw this exception. Now let's verify this from the database. You can see that nothing has changed. Account 1 is still 500. Account 2 is still 1000. This confirms that when Propagation.MANDATORY is used, if no transaction exists, Spring throws an exception immediately, and no database operation is executed. Next, we have Propagation.NEVER. As the name suggests, this is the polar opposite of mandatory. It creates a strict non-transactional zone. If you call this method while a transaction is active, Spring will immediately throw an exception and stop the execution. But if no transaction exists at all, the method runs perfectly fine. So Never enforces a strict rule. Don't call me from a transactional context. Next, we have Propagation.nested. This one is a bit more sophisticated. Think of it as creating a checkpoint in your work. If a transaction is already active, Spring doesn't just join it. It creates a save point inside the same transaction. Because of that, if the nested method fails, Spring can roll back only to that save point, without rolling back the entire parent transaction. You can think of it like an undo button for a specific section of your code. If no transaction exists, nested behaves just like required, and starts a new transaction. So unlike requires_new, the parent transaction is not suspended. Everything still runs inside the same physical transaction.
Now it's your turn.
Don't just watch the videos. Try all these propagation types yourself. Open your IDE, write the code, and actually observe the behavior in action. One important suggestion: instead of just cloning the project, try to build everything from scratch after watching the video. That's where real learning happens. And if you face any issues or confusion, feel free to post your questions in the community section. I regularly check it, and I'll be happy to help you there. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon. See you in the next one.